Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a topic which basically is what are some of the essentials when it comes to practicing Islam and being a good Muslim, and just generally if we want to succeed in general. So basically I'll get started, and these things aren't necessarily pillars, but they are important things. They're things that are, if we need some guidance, if we need someone to tell us necessarily what are some things to work on, maybe these are some of the things that we can improve at in order to basically become better as much as we can. So the first thing that I think that a Muslim should excel at is to have a very good character. So basically, we want to be known as the kind of people that I suppose, when it comes down to it, that are known for our honesty. Let's say in business dealings, dealings with family, and any kind of dealings. We want to know how are we going to deal with any kind of problems, any kind of issues. Are we going to choose the path of truth or the path of goodness, or are we going to maybe do whatever is opposite to that? So when I say an essential for a Muslim is to have good character, we always want to be giving the best impression that we can to anyone else who may not be a Muslim, and we want them to see in us that being a Muslim is something that is necessarily like a model of behavior, right? So be a good character is the first thing. The second thing is to be charitable. Now, I guess this is something that we can do. It's a thing that we do for ourselves. We never want to give charity in the sense that we're expecting something in return. We always want to know that every deed that we do of charity is something that we do because we have a reward from God, and whether or not it's just the right thing to do, as much as we can. And this is something that sets us apart because a lot of the time, the way of the world in general is that if we do something for someone, then we expect something in return. But I guess as Muslims, we can do good deeds, and we don't need to have, I guess, some kind of return for these things. We know that Allah is the most just, and He will always reward us for doing every good deed. So we don't want to necessarily be known for our charity in the sense that we want people to see us as being charitable, but we want, I guess, we want this to stand out. We want to be seen as people of hospitality, people of kindness, and people of sincerity as well. So that's another thing. Now I have another thing, an essential for those who practice Islam, is a knowledge of right and wrong. So I guess in a lot of instances, we can essentially be put in positions where we need to understand what is the difference between good and the opposite of that. When we have this within ourselves, up here, and also in general, this can really be a determining factor of whether we are successful or not. So when we impart good and forbid evil, we are essentially doing the work of God, and we are doing justice on this planet, and that's one of the things that we should do as well. So knowledge of right and wrong as an essential for Muslims. Now, this next one is something that we all should have. It's not necessarily something that we can work on. It's probably something that is more or less a gift. But basically, one thing that we should have and really pray for as well as Muslims is steadfastness. So I guess life is a test, right? And there's a lot of hurdles. There's a lot of things that can get us down. There's a lot of times where we feel like we just want to pack it in and give up. But part of being a Muslim is knowing that our hereafter is essentially on the line if we ever give up on our religion. So steadfastness is something that we always want to have. And I think this is it's a gift, right? Like, how can we say to ourselves that we're going to make ourselves do all of the good deeds that we need to do? The strength comes from God, right? So I guess in order to attain this, we can make prayer and we can trust in God as well. And the last thing that I've put down, an essential for adherence to Islam, is discipline. So we all know that being a Muslim means that we have a lot of times where we need to essentially know the difference between doing a good thing and a bad thing, and also many times where we need to essentially that's the whole part of Islam, right? So having discipline is something that we need to work on. Basically, the more we do this, the stronger we get, and the more we do this, the more we can feel proud of ourselves for being practicing Muslims. And the more we do this, the more justice we do on this planet, and we can essentially have much better lives. So there's a few things to work on as Muslims: character, charity, knowledge of right and wrong, steadfastness, and discipline. So that's all for today. And if you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up, and thank you very much.